Far from the Resolute in the glittering capital of the Accord, debates raged behind closed doors. The Council was fracturing under the pressure of humanity's defiance. Some representatives argued for immediate sanctions, while others urged caution. The Zarktan delegate, always one for dramatic gestures, slammed his armored fist on the table. "They must be taught their place," he roared. "If we allow this insubordination, the Accord will crumble." Across the table, the Trulian representative coiled in a display of disapproval. "And if we push too hard, we risk driving them to full rebellion. Humanity is unpredictable. They have survived against odds that would break most species." The Senar chair presided over the chaos, its segmented form unnervingly still. Its voice, when it finally spoke, silenced the room. Humanity's strength lies not in its weapons, but in its resilience. If we misjudge them, we may awaken something far more dangerous than rebellion. The warning hung heavy in the air. The Council had underestimated humanity before. Could they afford to do so again? Back aboard the Resolute, Vos reviewed her options. If the Accord continued its provocations, a direct confrontation seemed inevitable. The galaxy's most advanced species had united under the Accord's banner, but unity was a fragile thing. Humanity, for all its perceived weaknesses, had a singular advantage. It thrived under pressure. "Commander," Elra said, breaking the silence, "we've intercepted a transmission." Vos nodded, gesturing for it to be played. A distorted voice filled the room, unmistakably alien yet speaking in clear standard. "Humanity, this is a message from the Oran Collective. We have observed your defiance with great interest. Should the Accord move against you, know that you are not without allies." The transmission ended abruptly, leaving Vos and her crew in stunned silence. The Oran Collective was one of the few species that had resisted the Accord's influence, maintaining their independence through sheer cunning and technological superiority. Their message was more than a gesture, it was a lifeline. "Open a channel," Vos said. "Let's find out just how far their interest goes." The Oran envoy appeared as a shimmering hologram, its form sleek and fluid like living mercury. Its voice was smooth, calculated. "Commander Vos, we admire your determination. The Accord has long overstepped its bounds, and we believe humanity's defiance could spark the change this galaxy needs." "And what does the Oran Collective gain from supporting us?" Vos asked, her tone measured. The envoy's form rippled with amusement. "Pragmatism, Commander. A weakened Accord benefits us, and if humanity proves itself capable, perhaps a partnership." Vos considered this. Humanity's resources were stretched thin. An alliance with the Oran could tilt the scales, but it came with risks. The Collective was as cunning as it was powerful, and trusting them too much could prove disastrous. "We'll consider your offer," Vos said. "But make no mistake. Humanity stands for its people first, alliances second." The envoy inclined its head. "As it should be. We await your decision." Vos cut the transmission and turned to her crew. "Thoughts?" Elra frowned. "They're offering us a lifeline, but they're also testing us. If we lean on them too heavily, we risk becoming their pawns." Vos nodded. "Then we find a way to stand on our own while keeping the door open. Humanity's strength isn't just in resilience, it's in adaptability. Let's show the galaxy what that means." As the Resolute prepared for its next move, Vos couldn't shake the feeling that humanity was on the brink of something monumental. The Council's response, the Oran's offer, the growing tensions, it was all leading to a tipping point. And when it came, humanity wouldn't just survive. It would redefine its place among the stars. Vos's words echoed through the ship, a rallying cry for a species that had been underestimated for too long. "We adapt, we endure, and when the time comes, we rise." The stage was set. The galaxy was watching, and humanity was ready to prove it could do more than survive. It could lead. The Resolute slid into the shadow of a dying star, its sleek form dwarfed by the celestial corpse's cold, glowing remains. Here, in the emptiness beyond the Accord's surveillance, Commander Vos and her crew prepared for what could be humanity's most consequential meeting. The Oran Collective had sent coordinates for a rendezvous, deep within neutral space, where secrecy and opportunity intersected. "Approaching the coordinates now," Elra reported from the helm. Her voice carried a mix of anticipation and unease. No signs of Accord ships, but this place feels wrong. Vos glanced at the tactical display. The Oran were cunning enough to avoid obvious traps, but the stakes were too high for complacency. Maintain full sensor sweeps. I want contingencies for every possible ambush. Moments later, a ripple of light announced the arrival of an Oran vessel. It wasn't like anything Vos had seen before. A shimmering sphere that seemed to pulse with life, its surface shifting like liquid starlight. The Collective didn't just build ships, they engineered marvels of organic and mechanical synthesis. The Resolute's comms crackled as the Oran envoy's voice, calm and precise, filled the bridge. "Welcome, Commander Vos. Please, accompany us aboard. We have much to discuss." Vos stood with Elra and two of her top officers in the Oran vessel's docking bay, a space that felt more alive than constructed. The walls pulsed faintly, and a soft hum resonated beneath their feet, as if the ship itself were breathing. The Oran envoy greeted them, its liquid metal form shimmering with an unearthly elegance. "Commander," the envoy began, "humanity has drawn the galaxy's attention, but Defiance alone will not secure your future. You need allies, and more importantly, you need an edge." Vos crossed her arms, unimpressed by the theatrics. "And you're offering us both, I assume. What's the price?" The envoy's form shifted slightly, reflecting its amusement. "Straight to the point, as expected. We offer you technology, an enhancement to your fleet that will level the playing field against the Accord. In return, we require access to your data on the weaponry you've developed in secret." Vos's jaw tightened. Humanity's research efforts, hidden even from most of its citizens, were their last ace in the hole. Sharing it, even partially, was a dangerous gamble. "What guarantees do we have that this isn't a ploy to dismantle us from within?" Vos asked. The envoy tilted its head. "None. Trust Commander is a choice, but consider this. Without our help, the Accord will crush your colonies one by one. With our assistance, you gain a fighting chance. The choice is yours." Back on the Resolute, Vos convened her senior officers. The tension in the war room was palpable, each member grappling with the weight of the decision. "They're playing us," said Major Karthus, a hardened veteran. "They want our secrets, and once they have them, they'll turn on us." "But they're not wrong," Elra countered. "We're outnumbered, outgunned, and isolated. If the Oran can give us an edge, we can't afford to dismiss it." Vos listened, her mind racing through scenarios. The Oran offer was a gamble, but so was standing alone. Humanity's strength lay in its adaptability, and this moment demanded boldness. "Prepare a counterproposal," Vos said finally. "We'll share limited data, enough to earn their cooperation, but not enough to compromise our defenses. In exchange, we demand immediate deployment of their technology to our fleet. To be continued."